I thought it was very important to talk about this story that is going viral. If anyone knows about Fort Hood and the dangers associated with the military out there and the dangers that it has on women in general, just last year, I believe it was, a beautiful Hispanic young lady. She was stationed in Fort Hood and was, harassed, even complained about being harassed to her family. And, shortly thereafter, she was murdered. And sadly, this beautiful girl, Jules Scott, her story has gone viral. I don't know if you guys have heard about this story, but she was doing fine in the military. She advanced up to becoming a sergeant, and Lord and behold, the unfortunate fate of her being transferred over to Fort Hood has landed her in a lot of fear for her life. She is in so much fear for her life that she took a desperate plea to go on social media and, let people know if anything happens to her, that for them to look into it, that it may have something to do with Fort Hood. So it's really sad. Let's talk about her story. Um, Before we do that, let's read the article first, and then we'll go back to her Facebook because she does a lot of videos. But she is a beautiful Black woman. She, unfortunately, like I said, everything was going fine for her. She advanced really well in um, until she was transferred to Fort Hood military. So she's been doing fine until she was transferred to Fort Hood. There's definitely some very sinister things going on in Fort Hood in the military there. I mean, at least two people we know of that were killed last year. I think it was. At least around COVID time. The Hispanic woman, and then while they were searching for her, they found another deceased person, a male, a young male. He was also deceased. So there's a lot of cover-ups that are going on at the Fort Hood military. I really feel so sad for this young woman because she took a desperate plea to speak out because she hasn't been in fear. Literally every night at her place, she was having people bang on her door. I don't know if they're the authorities that are in the military, men in the military, whoever they were, but they were banging on her door. She's literally in fear every night. She had to record herself late at night, just in terror because they're banging on her door constantly. I mean, and when she finally did speak out, she was arrested. And of course, they want to try to make her appear as though she's this crazy Black woman. They're trying to make that false agenda again. And so they arrest her and put her into the hospital. There is nothing mentally wrong with this woman at all. She is just in fear for her life. And so they're going to try to push this fake narrative, making it appear as though she is suffering a mental health crisis. So let's talk about her story. It is very important that the story gets out. There's a lot of people talking about this story, but it needs to get out on as many pages, social media as we can, just to hope and pray that somehow they can just release her from the military. That's what I would pray for, that she could just get out, because Fort Hood is not safe, and is definitely just not safe for African American people. I'm just gonna be real. I know I shouldn't say that, but it's just not. It's just not, you guys. Um, there's too many just weird, sinister things I've been hearing at the military, especially at Fort Hood, that particular location. Too many bad things. You guys can even look it up yourself. But I feel so sad for her. If you guys are believers, please pray for her. But let's read the article, and then we'll look at her social media and her video. So she says, Black female sergeant at Fort Hood claims she's being harassed. I believe her. Honestly, I believe this woman. A Black female, because why? Think about it. Why would she ruin her whole status in the military to make a false, bogus claim? I don't, why? It's not worth it. A Black female stationed at Fort Hood military base in Texas has claimed that over the past few days, she has been harassed and targeted. On May 19th, Sergeant Jules Scott posted a video on Instagram saying that if something happens to her and she ends up dead, the public should suspect foul play. And I think what she's doing is very smart. The poor girl who was her life was taken, the Hispanic young lady, they tried to lie and make it look like, oh, she was AWOL. She just left. You know, they're trying to do that to this girl too, Jewel Scott. They're trying to make it look like she was AWOL, and that's why they arrested her. And no, she said she had just reported, you know, before they had alleged that she was AWOL. And that's what they tried to claim about Vanessa and the other man that was found deceased, is that they all went AWOL. This is like false cover up. I think even the leadership, they know what's going on, but they don't do anything about it. So people are posting this everywhere, guys, but here is essentially what one individual said. Sergeant Jewel Scott, who is stationed in Fort Hood Army Base in Killen, Texas, has, and look at that name, Killing, Kill. Even the name is just eerie. Oh man, I didn't even think about that. Killing, Texas. Has been posting videos saying she believes her life is in danger after voicing her concerns of issues at the base. They had arrested her and hospitalized her. Isn't that crazy? Just consciousness of guilt. Why do they need to take actions against her for voicing her concern if they're not doing anything? They're trying to cover something up. Obviously, they're showing their consciousness of guilt. So, I didn't know they had the video on here, so I'll play it here instead of, she actually has it on her Instagram here also, just so you know that it actually comes from her. There it is. I don't know if it'll play all the way through if I do it in here.
Say that, like, if something happened to me, if just real blunt and honest with, if I end up dead, if I end up missing or something like that, just know somebody did it. And I just want to get out here and put something out, because I know how the media, I know how my job, being in the military, will paint these false narratives. And I'm going to do more talking about it. I'm trying to post a video now, but I just need something quick put out there, so that way people know, like, if it was self-inflicted or something like that, my family would know, my friends would know. So if nothing comes from them or nothing like that, I just want to say somebody did it. I don't know what's going to happen, but for some reason I feel like my days, something is just telling me my days are limited, and I don't know how it could be. You know, I don't know if it's, you know, things get heavy, man, and I'm not going to lie, like, things are perfect for me. Like, it could be. And this is not me trying to come on here and tell y'all that I'm going to be dead the next day. I don't know, but I know those people who do end up dead, they wish they would have put something out. They wish they could have told their truth before, you know, they left this earth and left it to people. And now, like I said, I'm trying to make a video of everything, just saying what's kind of going on. Then they can paint whatever picture they want, and people don't know my side of the story. So I'm going to make a video, but just keep me in y'all prayers. And just know that I told y'all it was only a matter of time. They put out AWOL. They just seen me less than 24 hours ago. They talked to me today. They put out AWOL. I just want to try to see what's going on. You good? They have me. No, nobody told me nothing was going on. All these people here for me. Y'all, at this point, I honestly think these people is probably trying to kill me or something. Like, I don't know. They won't leave me alone. They are literally harassing me. Like, literally, they will not leave me alone. They're at my door again, and it is now like 3 o'clock a.m. and it won't stop. It just will not stop. Like, they begged them to keep me in the hospital and put me in the ward, and begged them, please, don't let her leave. Like, I think these people is really after me, for real. Like, yeah, they've been after me on the work standpoint, but I think these people was really after me, for real. Like, I can't stop looking over my shoulder. Y'all, oh my gosh, they're outside of my fucking door. It's 3:28 and they sent the police back to my space. They begged the fucking hospital people to keep me. They were upset because the hospital said, no, she's fine. Released me. And they wanted me to go with them. The hospital said, no, she's released. And once y'all are here to verify that she is released, she can leave. Here they are, 3 in the morning. Because my commands want them to meet me for whatever reason. Yeah, I ain't crazy. I know what I'm talking about.
Okay, let's see if I can pause this. Oh, look, there's a way to pause it. Okay. So the stuff that we just seen now, we've seen a lot right now. That was a whole chunk of things. So the first thing you can see is like she was trying to just voice her concerns about her fear for her safety. And when she did that, all of a sudden, her story went viral. And now all of a sudden, well, already she was being harassed. And so she was already fearful for her life. So she put this social media video out as her way to let people know, she didn't take her life. Something foul play happened to her. After that, her story went viral. Everybody started posting on it. And so I believe this was a cover up. The individuals in the military trying to cover this up like they always do, like they did in the Vanessa Gillian. I can't say that poor, beautiful young lady's name. Gillian? Sorry, guys. But like the Vanessa tragedy, they tried to cover up, and then they try to allege there was no sexual harassment. They always do these roundabouts to try to cover up the horrible things that go on over there, the sinister things that go on over there. And thank God this young lady actually confessed, tried to not confess, but actually came out and warned everyone. I mean, there's actually also another story of a black woman being killed at Fort Hood in the military there. So there's so many different sinister stories, and the question is, when are we going to do something about it? When are the authorities going to do something? When is the government going to do something about it? Fort Hood needs to be shut down. They need to just be shut down, period. So after she does that, as you guys can see, then immediately thereafter she gets arrested for AWOL. They lie on her, in my opinion, alleging she went AWOL. And that was the video where she was saying, they claimed that she went AWOL and that she had just checked in. So she already checked in. She clearly wasn't AWOL. She was in compliance, but they, lied and tried to say she was AWOL. Then they try to hospitalize her, claiming she was undergoing a mental health issue, as you guys saw there. And she was saying, no, the hospital was trying to release her because they didn't find any mental health issues. But again, the authorities are trying to lie, make it look like she's suffering some mental health issue. And that's not the case. And the question is also, this woman has been successful in the military for a while, all the way up to the point where she advanced to become a sergeant. So all of a sudden she gets stationed to Fort Hood and all of a sudden she has mental health problems, like it just doesn't even make sense on their end. But let's read this statement now that we've got caught up with that, just in case you guys weren't wondering what was going on in those other videos. I just wanted to explain. But she says, I am stationed here at Fort Hood for everybody that's asking. It's just me and many officers and my male 1SG and my male commander in my room. I sent an email to the SMA and many more people about the issues at Fort Hood and the shut. I have seen and endured. Oh, she's trying to say the other word, SHIT. And the stuff I have seen and endured. Now they are trying to shut me up. Exactly. They're trying to arrest her, do all these things. It's like called the smear, like, what some narcissists do. But they do the same thing in these type of militaries, try to cover up what they're doing by harassing, falsely accusing. They're going to try to, get her for misconduct and all kinds of things that she didn't do to get her to shut up. They're trying to cover up something. There's a cover up going on there. And I just feel like Fort Hood needs to be shut down, you guys. They hacked my phone. They hacked her phone. Imagine just the terror she's going through. And traced my location. Wow, they hacked my phone and traced my location. That's probably how they got to her house. They are here in my room under law. Is this justified? No, they shouldn't be hacking her phone and tracing her location. They're harassing her. This is harassment. I am scared for my life. Someone save these posts as for my phone access is limited. Just sad. I mean, this story needs to get broadcast, you guys, because I'm really praying that, she gets rescued out of this in Jesus' name and that this ends in a good ending. I really pray. She said, if something happens to my friend, this is a friend that posted this. They said, if something happens to my friend stationed in Fort Hood, I promise I will not stop till justice is served. But before it gets to that point, someone really needs to do something about it. Jew baby, U.S. Army. I wonder if she got an attorney. She needs to get an attorney. Sorry for the horrible grammar and typos in the last post. I was literally freaking out and couldn't think straight. This is her now speaking. I am getting back to everybody that hit me up. Thank you for the love and support as I am going through this extremely rough and scary time here at Fort Hood. I am safe for now, but who knows how they will respond when I put a video explaining everything that happened. Oh man, I feel so worried for this girl. I feel so worried for her because the more she speaks out, the more in danger she is. They are trying to shut me up. If I die, just know it's because of them. Video explaining everything will be this week. Thanks for all the kind messages and words of encouragement. I'm speechless, guys. It's just unbelievable. You hear too many stories about Fort Hood. Please don't let her be another one. This is a friend speaking out. Everyone screen record her and repost that SHIT. Her voice needs to be heard now. I think she needs to get an attorney immediately and start, she needs to take this legally. This is good to record it on social media, but she needs to retain an attorney and litigate it through the courts because they're doing too much at this point. Another friend posts, if something happens to you, they won't hear the last of it. Your voice will be heard. Keep praying for Jewel Baby and continue sharing her story.
Hey, everybody. I just want to say thank you for all of the support and all of the love. I mean, it's mind-blowing. And it just feels good because so long I felt like I was by myself. I don't have any family here in Texas. I'm on this base by myself, and if you know me, you know I don't have a lot of friends. And so thank you for all of the support. I just want to update y'all on everything today. As a part of the effort to shut me up about everything, they decided to kick me out in the next 10 days, which is very unfair and unjust, given that I've done nothing wrong, but try to spread the word that this base is corrupt and it's a lot of things going on, but in efforts to hush me. Yeah, so I'm being separated from the Army under misconduct after I've served for 5 years, never been in trouble. I love that anybody who knew me know I talk about the Army nonstop, despite of not posting it on my social media, but they knew, people would walk around, oh, Sergeant Major Scott, they know I loved it, and I was so proud of it for so long. And the moment that you highlight issues that need to be addressed, they kicked me out. I got 10 days to try to figure out where I'm going to live, 10 days to figure out a plan, 10 days to figure out where my next source of income is going to come from. 10 days with nothing to justify it. So I'm going to make a video and I'm not going to stop. I've been assaulted.
Exactly. The Shining 75. Exactly. She needs to get a civilian attorney. She has such a strong case. And the fact that she actually documented everything and the timing of when she talks about how she was feeling. And then immediately thereafter, she gets arrested for AWOL after checking in. All that could be documented. She has such a strong case against the military for wrongfully discharging her and all the emotional stress. And it's recorded that she's going through emotional stress because you can see her up late at night, stressed and fear for her life. Oh my God, this woman has a very strong case. And in my opinion, it's very tragic that she has to get discharged, but at least she will be alive and then she can go back and litigate her case civilly. Like you said, the civilian attorney with military background because she is going to get a significant amount of back pay, and the evidence is literally documented. So, man, they're gonna go on a smear campaign and try to just make her look like some mental case. That's what they're gonna try to do. But she's documented it. Even when she went to the hospital released her because they couldn't find anything wrong with her medically because there wasn't. She was fearful for her life. And the other issue that the attorney should also point out is this woman has been in the military for 5 years, and absolutely there was no issue whatsoever until she came to the most sinister military base that people have been complaining about for many years, Fort Hood, where another young lady, Vanessa, was murdered by another fellow soldier there, and other people who've been found dead there. She gets sent to this particular location where there's a history of problems at this history, and all of a sudden now she's a problem. So even that doesn't add up factually. So she has such a strong case. I know right now it's emotionally distraught for her, but I pray she can just get out and get an attorney and go back and go after them and also publicize it on the news. And I really hope that we can all band together and get Fort Hood shut down. Fort Hood needs to be shut down because too many people are losing their life left and right. Even she says on her video that she's heard of other people who have passed away because and they didn't get a chance to speak out about it. So her hearing from these stories took this proactive step to vocalize her fear. And I think that's what's going to save her life. You know what? That's what's going to save her life, because the fact that she told the world about this concern, if she is found passed away, then all the authorities and other people are going to really be suspicious of Fort Hood. It's going to really be a huge pinpoint towards them. So that's why they are trying to take this approach of, oh, we're just going to discharge you for misconduct, and they're going to try to smear her, give a smear campaign and say she was not, she was being, she was engaging in misconduct. She was not showing up to the base. She was AWOL so many times. They're going to make up a whole story. She has mental health issues. We had to take her to, they're going to make it all up and make it look like this woman has all kind of issues. But if she gets the right attorney, she can be able to dismantle this, and she needs to in order to repair her reputation, because they are going to try to tarnish her and make her look like a nutcase, because they don't want all the dirt that is going on. They've been covering this up for too long. And if anybody is spiritual, you guys know what is done in the dark will come to the light. So they can keep trying to hide and hide and hide. Eventually, though, all this is going to come out. Hopefully, this will be the case that does lead to a significant investigation into Fort Hood, and they unfold and disclose. But who knows? I don't know if they will. We'll see. We'll see, you guys.
I have been threatened. I have been, in so many different situations that you guys are not aware of. And for so long, I was so scared. And people would say, go to the news. Your story is mind-boggling. Like, I can't believe you've been through this. You're so strong because you don't talk about it. But I feel like I wasn't strong then. I couldn't talk about it. And I just think about the people that I kind of influenced to join. Like, I always think about my little sister, who I told her it was the best thing. And half the days, I didn't even think I could be there for myself. I couldn't. I will explain everything today. So I just hope that you guys can stay around. Repost, please. I really need the help. I appreciate the support. And it's wrong. They're kicking me out. It is absolutely insane. So 10 days. They're off the hook. That's what they want. For me to not continue to go and fight for these things. And now they're off the hook. So it's just been a lot. So I really appreciate all of the support and everything else, so
yeah, she can't really sue the military, but she can sue for in terms of like false discharge, because they're definitely claiming that she was discharged for misconduct, and if that's not true, an unlawful discharge, she wasn't discharged rightfully so. They're basically this defamation at this point. So she can at least go forward in that part of it. So, and you're right, you know, in other terms, but I think she'll be fine. Right, Tarika. That's exactly. There's a lot of sick sexual misconduct that goes on in these military. She's a very pretty girl. We'll go through a little bit of her pictures, but she's gorgeous, and that's the thing that makes you a target at Fort Hood. There's a lot of sick stuff that goes on over there. That's what happened to Vanessa. Vanessa was another very attractive, beautiful young lady. There was another black woman that was killed over there too. They talked about it around the time when they were talking about Vanessa's story. Um, he talked about her also being, you know, her life being taken, and then the poor Caucasian guy who was his life was taken. I'm not sure what was the situation would happen with his life, but they lied to and made it look like he AWOL'd, but he really didn't. His life was taken, and you can see this poor girl up late at night crying, you know, because she's losing her dream. She loved being in the military. She even told her sister about all the great things that happened to her in the military, and now all of that's being ripped from her. And that's a common story we see a lot with black women. A lot of black women, they pursue their aspirations, they get these high profile jobs, and then unfortunately they get harassed at these jobs, sexually harassed at these jobs, and if they don't conform and do, you know, whatever they're told to do, then there's this smear campaign that happens, and they try to, you know, rip from them the careers that they've all worked hard for. And we can see this happening to her. The only thing is, I'm really proud of her for speaking about it, because I think this might be the very thing that has saved her life. Because if something happens to her, then it's going to really put a huge microscope on Fort Hood, and they don't want that. So their course of action is, oh, we're just going to do a smear campaign. We're going to make her look like she's a nutbag, and we're going to just discharge her. But as tragic as it sounds, her losing her career, at least she'll be alive. That's the thing. At least she'll be alive, because if she didn't say anything, this would have ended up a Vanessa story, and they would have made it look like she went AWOL and something random happened. They would have covered it all up. Like, and still to this day, I mean, there was a lot of protests about the Vanessa case, but I don't think anything really happened. As you can see, Fort Hood is still standing tall, and this is still happening. It's still happening. Just like one of the commenters said in the chat, that you would think after the Vanessa-ish, you know, situation, they would be more cautious. No, because it really wasn't really addressed, it's still happening. So I'm really proud of her for doing this. But let's continue on.
I'll update you guys later. So pretty much, I've called these people here, Martinez and.
Okay, let me read this first and then we'll finish the video. She said, this was 3 days ago on May 17th on my birthday. I called the police because my command was harassing me and busted in my room while I was undressed and without any clothes on. See, guys, they're over here sexually harassing these women. That's what's going on at the Fort Hood. There's a lot of perversion and sick stuff, and they're making these poor women soldiers who are there for the right reasons. They're undergoing a lot of sexual harassment. That's what happened to Vanessa. It's sick. She had to call the police on the military, like seriously, on her command. And I think that's what happened to Vanessa. Vanessa said when Vanessa was complaining to her family said that her command, the one that was above her, her command was sexually harassing her also. So it's like, it's sick. It's usually these commands, those in command are sexually harassing these women in the military. And it's just sick. They try to force them into doing things, and when they don't comply, then they go on this, you know, harassment campaign like they're doing to her. She can't sleep at night. They're constantly banging on her door all hours of the night. Oh God. Oh, it's so sick. Let's read that one more time before we move on. It says, this was 3 days ago on May 17th on my birthday. I called the police because my command was harassing me and busted in my room while I was undressed without any clothes on. That's what this is about. That's exactly what this is about. And because she was not complying, they're trying to, you know, make her life a living hell, basically. However, since my command said that was not true, of course they're going to say that, they arrested me for falsifying legal documents. Wow. Let the smear campaign begin. That's what they said about Vanessa. Oh, there was no evidence of sexual assault until they had to prove it. They had to retract. But now again, they're doing this gaslighting, claiming, oh, she's falsifying legal documents. That's why she needs to record everything. If she would have had that recorded, say, look, here's a video of me being undressed, and here is the sound of him harassing me and trying to bust in my room, have it all videotaped so they can't. That's the only way she can do it, is keep everything video recorded, because they're just going to keep lying like this and keep putting charges on her that aren't true. I spent my birthday taking fingerprints, mugshot in a cell, and being followed. They're messing up this woman's record. They got her, charges being filed against her, mugshots, and all these things. They're just completely ruining this poor woman's life. That's why I said she needs to take some form of legal action or find some way to refute these charges, because this can have a damper on her future, period. Even if she, even when she does get removed for misconduct, that stays on her record. So she needs to do something to address it legally, because at this point they're smearing her record as well. Now she's going to have a criminal record, and for falsifying, that's a crime of moral turpitude. When there's a crime of moral turpitude on your record, it does make future employers hesitant to want to hire someone who is they believe to be dishonest. That's a huge thing. Even if you testify in court and you have a crime of moral turpitude, that can be used to discredit you in a testimony. So that's a huge type of crime, even though it sounds like, oh, it's just, I don't know what kind of charge it was. Did they charge her with a felony misdemeanor, whatever it was? But just the fact that they're saying falsifying legal documents, that is a huge damper to her credibility and ethical reputation in society. So that's a huge thing that they're trying to put on this poor woman that can affect her even when she's discharged, which is why I'm concerned about this case.
And what about Sarah Sandler here, because I have been harassed non-fucking stop, and I'm the one who called the police, wrote my sworn statement, and because my
taking force. Sorry, y'all. I'm nervous and shaking posting all of this, and my fingers are pressing a little bit of everything. So I apologize ahead for all of the typos.
they still follow me everywhere I'm going. They're literally walking into the buildings behind me as if I did something wrong or if I got some type of. I wasn't supposed to. Oh no, I had lied about the stuff I put on my sworn statement, because they say that's not true and that's not what happened. So we're gonna arrest you. Okay. Bet.
Okay, let's read this. Try to go back a little bit. It says, please continue to share. I need the help now more than ever. More clips are going to come of how I've been treated over the few months. And I'm proud of her for speaking out, because this might save other women's lives that are at Fort Hood, you guys. I mean, I am so proud of her, because she might be that starting point to save future, future soldiers that come there, female soldiers. Please share. I don't want to be on a shirt. I don't want this. Wait, I think more clips are to come of how I've been treated over the few months. Please share. I don't want to be on a shirt. I don't want this to get lost after a few posts. Please. They are monitoring my social media and consistently interrupting my service when I'm trying to post. Oh man, I had to leave my room just now because I'm scared. Post, share, continue to bring awareness as I continue to update y'all. This is so sad. Imagine the emotional terror and emotional stress this woman is going through. Can't sleep at night, can't eat, can't do anything. And then she just says she doesn't have many friends, so that there's that lack of social support that she doesn't have. I wonder where her parents are. Okay, this is a text message. She said, hey, did you see this? Yeah, Fort Hood having many problems like that. A girl got killed a while back by another soldier. Yeah, they're talking about Vanessa on that one. You know anybody down there still that can check on her? Nah, everybody that I knew down there moved on ward stay in Colorado now. Oh, dang, okay. It's not just me. Have to hold the base accountable for everyone. I won't stop until I do, no matter the cost, even if it's my life. That is so sad. And it's just a post that says, protect Black women in the Army. This army is known for silencing those who speak up against any BS going on. We are with you. It's very true. You guys know, you guys have heard the really sketchy stories. There's so many stories that even go beyond Vanessa's story, who went viral as well, that, there's something needs to be done with that particular base. That base needs to be shut down. I'm just saying. It says, thank you so much. Y'all are truly amazing. Thank you to everyone else who has posted as well. It did not go unnoticed. And this said, there was a friend that shared this. They said, can everyone please take the time to listen, watch, follow her story? She has a highlight on her page, keeping up with it. I don't know this young lady personally, but I'm praying for her safety. Lord knows we don't want anything to happen to her. And I encourage all of you guys to share her story too. Go to her Instagram. It's at Jew.baby_ and just share her story on your page and get as many people that can make this go viral. Hopefully it will really get some traction and not only protect her, save her life, but get some change and movement towards this case. She said, please continue to share. I need the help now more than ever. Okay, I already read that part. It said, my military friend, please repost and follow Jew Baby. Fort Hood has to be held accountable for what they did. Protect military women. They don't want this out. They're trying to hide it. Fort Hood is notorious for mishandling issues with soldiers. Oh, we know that. They definitely mishandled the Vanessa case. Honestly, the workings and misconduct from Fort Hood's leadership is wicked as, Please follow, share, repost Jules' story to make sure light is being shown on her situation. If anything happens to Jewel, then Fort Hood and U.S. Army will have a lot of problems on their hands. Sorry if you guys can't see this. I'll just read it to you. There's a text message. She said, Sergeant Scott, Sergeant Lard checking in. Need you to respond, please. And then she says, sorry, I'm not okay. Same reason I told y'all the other day. Then they message her again. Sergeant Scott, I will be conducting my check-ins at, oh my gosh, at 900, 1200, 1500, 1800, 2100 today. Need you to reply so that I know you are tracking. Sounds like he's harassing her. And then she said, right. He says, Sergeant Lard checking in, need you to respond. Man, won't he leave her alone? She got to check in every 5 minutes. I'm serious. She says, I'm not okay. Same reason I told y'all the other day. So it just seems like he's got to check in a lot. Okay, so she said, these memes about Fort Hood are real. They are no joke. I was telling my entire command that I didn't feel safe. I couldn't sleep. I was having sleep paralysis, suicidal ideations daily, and I was not okay. He bypassed the messages multiple times. They never addressed it. This hurt so much. Nobody cared. That was her comment regarding this text message. They just disregarded her concerns and just ignored it. She told him, I already told you what I was going through before. I'm having all these concerns and fear and terror. And he's just saying, oh, I'm just doing my check-ins with you. And then this is the Fort Hood leadership here. And they said, are you okay? She says, no. And they said, okay, cool, just checking. Wow. Wow. That's just so cold. He asked her, is she okay? She says no. And then he says, okay, cool, just checking. They're not even addressing her concerns if she's going through something. So it's almost like she had to speak out to get some help. That is sick. Wow. I don't know if you guys can see that. The lighting is really bad. Okay, let's read this. It says, this was 3 days ago. On May 17th, on my birthday, I already took that one. She said, protect and stand with Black women. This is just one of many incidents that had to endure under Fort Hood. This is the beginning of the same story we have heard 1,000 times before from women of color who serve this country. We stand with you. We love you, and we will continue to advocate for you. And personally, I just think until something gets done, I think women of color should just not even, sadly, not even go into the military until they do something about it. They need to do something about it. If they want people to join the military, then they need to make it safe for them. I mean, within the country, I know when they go out of the country and they fight, for our country, of course there's the dangers, but I mean, within your country, you should feel safe amongst your co-soldiers that you're fighting along. Like, this is just tragic. They are harassing me every day, and it's hard to read that, and which I would try to go to Instagram. They would tell me no and try to counsel me if I still went. When I would complain to Instagram about, or IG about that, they told me that they have the right to tell me when I can and can't go. Oh yeah, go on Instagram. They would literally try to counsel me, and Instagram went along with it. Wow. Okay, so let's read this text message. It says at 4:50 at the motor pool by the gate of the motor pool where connexes are. She said, Roger. She says, Roger. And then February 8th, Tuesdays at 4:40 a.m. Woo, they get up early. Formation at regular spot in motor pool at 4:50. Roger. And then she says, I will be at, oh guys, I read that wrong. I was thinking it was Instagram. Let me read that again because I read that wrong. This part I'm going to read again. She said, they are harassing me every day, and I would try to go to IG. They would tell me no and try to counsel me if I still went. When I would complain to IG about that, they would tell me that they have the right to tell me when I can go to IG. They would literally try to counsel me, and IG went along with it. So this is the text exchange from Sergeant Lard. He says at 4:50 at the motor pool by the gate of the motor pool where connexes are. She says, Roger. Formation at regular spot in motor pool at 4:50. That he texts her at 4:40 a.m. on February 8th. She says, Roger. She said, I will be at IG after lunch. What are you doing? Wrong person. Sergeant Scott, are you going to IG for serious matters, or are you avoiding from being at work? You can't do this every day. Message already put out that your place of duty is the office. If you're not doing phase 1 and 2 appointments or CIF, then you need to be at work in the office. I already seen that prior post where she said she wasn't doing okay, and he was just like, okay, cool. So it's like they're just completely disregarding her needs. Young woman in the military stationed in Fort Hood is pleading for public health. Please go to the post and tag. So they're just kind of getting the word out. Okay, so here's where the military, they want to try to respond. They're trying to cover up their mess, right? They always do this, trying to cover it up. They say, so the 3rd Corps in Fort Hood says, we are aware of the allegations and concerns raised by Sergeant Jules Scott. We take all allegations and misconduct seriously, and commands will investigate and take action as appropriate. Yeah, right. That's all watered down lies. They said that about Vanessa, and they didn't do anything. Sergeant Scott is safe and in the care of her unit leadership. Is she? Because we see in her on lives fear for her life and crying. So that's not true either. Our soldiers can always bring up concerns to their leadership. Another lie. She tried to bring up her concerns, and she said she wasn't doing okay, and your command said, okay, cool. They didn't address it. She needed to go to IG. He disregarded her concern for that. So that's a lie again. Who will take appropriate action, commiserate with Army standards. Just a bunch of watered down lies, in my opinion. Just saying, this is my opinion. You guys can tell me what you guys think. Do you believe them? Do you believe they really care? Based on the history of these different women dying, minority women dying, I believe it has to do with a lot of perversion and stuff they're doing there. I really think it has a lot to do with that. They're sexually harassing these women, and they don't want to, a lot of these commands use their leadership to do this, and they're getting away with it. They are getting away with this sick stuff that they're doing. And if the women don't comply, or if they retaliate, or if they speak out, then their life is in danger. Like this poor woman, she didn't want to, she didn't want to be a part of that. And so now her life is in danger. So let's read this part. It says, I am not the best with Facebook and other platforms. I'm extremely overwhelmed with the process of getting this information out to you all as quickly as possible. Could you guys please continue to help me share this on other platforms or direct them to my page in efforts to hold them accountable? I appreciate this with all of my heart, and I promise I couldn't do it without y'all support. For all who's asking, she gives the company name 96 Transportation 49th Battalion HHD, and that is the particular location if you guys want to file any complaints.
I think a start would just be some leadership that
Okay, she's going to speak, but I'm going to read this first to you. She said, this audio was taken April 6th. My squad leader, SSG Walker, SG SFC Hodges, Battalion CMS Williams, and Brigade CSM La Frada was all present when I told CSM La Frada that I wanted to utilize the open door policy for the CG. It's 3 months later from the initial time that I asked, and over 1 month later from this audio, and never heard anything from anybody about speaking with higher authorities. I have an audio also asking my current battalion CSM to speak with him and was denied. In fact, I have many audios, and that's good. She got all her evidence. That is good, because when she goes to her lawyer, she can, show her lawyer all the documentation and the evidence.
actually care.
Well, I think this fall, when folks need to stop what they're doing every day, that investigation is not in the right direction.
With all due respect, Tom Major, I disagree.
I'm sure everyone else is going to say that as well. Okay, so you said a start, but like what I'm asking for is like, what is the ideal outcome of a meeting with the CG? Like, what do you hope that will achieve?
Just to bring awareness and light on the things that soldiers encounter daily, specifically myself, within the unit, within the battalion, just everything. Just bring light on a lot of situations. Just bring light on a lot of situations that I know should not be happening, that should not be occurring. Dates. I have a lot of stuff, yes.
So, but what do you hope to achieve by having this conversation?
Hold people accountable. I mean, that's a big thing. Just being able to hold people accountable. But I spoke to him at least 5 times and told him that I want to speak to General Reagan or 3 Court or whoever I have to speak to. At this point, I think it should be at a point where I should be able to speak with him. I've spoken with him and I did tell him that I wanted to speak with General Reagan. So at least if General Reagan can be tracking that, okay, Sergeant Scott wanted to speak to you. She had mentioned it to Sergeant Major LaFrada and he sent it up. I'm not sure, I doubt it. But that was a month ago.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So I can't put you on General Reagan's calendar until I get word from Sergeant Major LaFrada. So if you go talk to him tomorrow, Sergeant, he's going to be in that meeting as well, if you're okay with that. And then, okay. Yeah. So then, I think he's going to want to talk to your first sergeant as well. So
Okay, so this is the part I wanted to read to you guys. I was going to read it on the Instagram after this was done, but this was her response to, that statement I was telling you about the military. They came with a response saying, oh, we are aware of her statements and whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. They're saying they're aware of it. Well, she came back with a response on that, and she was saying how it was a lie. And this, the Shade Room reposted it. I'm actually going to go to their direct statement after we finish the rest of her stories, but we'll read through it. But she was basically essentially saying this was a lie and that she is not in the care of her leadership. So we'll get to that full story. She just telling the Shade Room, thank you. She said, this is not because of me. This is because of you and your support. This is for all the people who lost their life. This is for that night that I had a rope on my neck because I couldn't understand how they took everything I worked for so wrongfully with nobody to answer to. This is for my battles who fell at the hands of corruption. I love y'all. Together we will hold Fort Hood accountable. Exactly. We need to actually, this time, not bury this under the mud and just go on about our busy day. We need to hold them accountable. We need to actually get them shut down, because that was the biggest issue we had with the Vanessa case, and it didn't happen. They keep going on with their daily lives of torturing these different women, and so I believe they're doing it because of perverted reasons. I really do. And then if they don't comply, they retaliate. That's really my theory. You guys tell me what you guys think. But I will read this one to you. I'm just going to finish the stories out, and we'll get to the full story, since it's already kind of covered anyway. You can't read it all. She said, too many people now have my number from the last post. I am receiving nonstop, very alarming calls and messages. Please continue to just pray for my protection and for my peace.
So I'm getting back on post, and about 5 police cars are here. They stopped me. I met up with somebody to come back on post because I didn't feel safe. The last interaction that I had with any military official was my supervisor yesterday. She told me at 0620 PT formation, with the climate of the media and everything that's going on, I told her that I did not feel comfortable. That I did not feel comfortable coming to the formation or being under anyone's command, especially with everything that's going on. And she said, okay. She said, okay. She didn't say anything. She said, I was sure that your command knows that you're not comfortable. She never said, meet me here. She never said, meet me at this place still, or still come to post. She just said, okay. I was sure that your command is not comfortable. And so I talked to CID, and CID told me that they are, that there's no missing person report on me or anything like that. I last spoken with my physically, yes. Yes, Isaiah. So I just want to get this on video. So they released me from the precinct, whatever. After I filed the complaint.
Okay, before we watch the video, she says, please take note of this pattern of harassment. I'm so proud of her for documenting everything.
And I ended up being the one arrested. And these people has been following me nonstop. They won't stop following me. I told them I was going to meet them at the company.
And look, you can see the cars right there. Those are the cars. Wait, here's the cars that are following her.
They still follow me everywhere I'm going. They're literally walking into the buildings behind me as if I did something wrong or if I got some type of order where I should be being followed. But this is what I mean by harassment. I just want y'all to see this. I'm going to keep it recorded.
I don't know who that is, though. They got the OCPs on, so hopefully it is. A car full of soldiers.
They're not supposed to be near me. They still coming, pulling up to my place. They still coming. It ain't stopping. The harassment is still going. They literally just have a sharp harassment on, a sharp complaint on them, and they still pulling up in front of my barracks. I don't know what for. I don't know why. They still pulling up in front of my barracks. They bagged them to keep me at the precinct. This is what.
Okay, let's read this. It says Fort Hood is, this is from John Anthony Castro. He says, Fort Hood is out of control. Senior leadership should be ashamed. They always do this. I'm saying, okay, y'all need to do something then. Be the change. Be the change. Actually get up and do something. Such a toxic environment demoralizes our soldiers. Sergeant Jules Scott had the courage to speak up and challenge the status quo. Now they're trying to silence her. Exactly. They're trying to do this smear campaign, trying to lie and make it look like she's this problematic person. And she's not a problematic person. She's just speaking out and she's blowing the whistle and they don't like it. Okay, please stop listening to this. Oh, wow. Please. Okay, so they posted this crazy, they tried to post this crazy lie claiming she's basically AWOL. They're claiming to attempt to locate her, that she's missing. And you already seen the video recording of her saying before that she's already been checking in with her sergeant, checking in with her commands. And she has text messages of checking in with them, but they're still trying to claim that she's going AWOL, basically. That's the way they push this agenda, to make it look like she's not complying. She's an ongoing pattern of problems. They're going to make it look like that. So then if they can claim, oh, we couldn't find her, she went AWOL. It wasn't us. We didn't do anything to her. She's missing. So now they're just trying to build this little fake narrative. Somebody said, please stop listening to this false narrative. It has not been one day where they have not contacted nor seen me within 24 hours. See, they just continue to try to make it look like she's missing, and that's what they want to do. So that if something does happen to her, they're going to make it look like it was her that just went AWOL. They're trying to build this fake story up. This is what they want y'all to think, that I went AWOL. Look, they're like, now she's missing, shaking my FH. It's so sad how the military treats women of color. Yeah, it is. It's very sad. They look what they did to Vanessa and the other black woman. There's probably a lot more stories that have been buried under the rug. Okay, so let's go to her actual statement. I was going to show you guys her actual statement. So this was their little fake statement. We can go over that one more time before I show you her response. Their claim is from the corpse in Fort Hood. They're like, we are aware of the allegations and concerns by Sergeant Jules Scott. We take all allegations of misconduct seriously, and commanders will investigate and take action as appropriate. Lies. Sergeant Scott is safe and in the care of her unit leadership. Lies. Our soldiers can always bring up concerns to their leadership, who will take appropriate actions, commiserate with Army standards. Lies. She tried to do that. No one heard her. Then she had to go on social media, and then you guys retaliate against her. So let's hear what she has to say. She says, perfect example of covering up. This is a lie. I am not in the care of my leadership. The last time I have spoken to my leadership was when they had me illegally arrested by undercovers and taken to the hospital. The hospital discharged me soon after, as it is very obvious to everyone, even the social worker, what's truly going on. My leadership begged them to keep me there after repeatedly being told no by medical professionals. Wow. They're even saying, look, there's nothing wrong with this lady. Why y'all over here lying? We have taken one single step to ensure my safety you have not taken one single step to ensure my safety or investigate anything, even when provided hard evidence. Instead, after sending out this email as a cry for help, after 11 months of fighting this corrupt system, leadership, you had me hawked down like a criminal, arrested and harassed. After being discharged from the hospital, y'all had multiple police show up at my door, my 1SG Deborah, at 3 a.m. threatening me of what's going to happen if I leave my room that I am not restricted to. I couldn't even use the bathroom without someone standing inside of my room outside of my bathroom door. That was the last time I spoke with my leadership. 2 days later, I was informed that I would be discharged in 10 days for misconduct. What makes it even worse is that they didn't even want to tell me under what conditions or what for. I had to find out the hard way. Our soldiers can always bring their concerns to their leadership. Complete lie. I was denied my right to the open door policy multiple times and had audio to prove each time. No action has been taken except the disgusting efforts to shut me up and discharge me. You will be held accountable for the pain that myself and many other soldiers have endured, lost their lives over. More evidence is to come. It's sad that they have to fight war within their own country amongst their own soldiers. This is just disgusting, despicable. She said, you will be held accountable for the pain that myself and many other soldiers have endured, lost their lives over. More evidence to come. Thanks for your support. So that's good that it's getting out, you guys. There's people, I'm glad that people are standing up for her. She also has a GoFundMe if you want to. I would encourage you to donate to.
So guys, pretty much what's going on here, I spoke with my supervisor. They moved me from my old brigade and my last supervisor and my chain of command to a new one, the victim advocate. I spoke with her yesterday. She told me to come at 6:20 for PC formation. I told her I didn't feel comfortable with everything that's in the media coming to any formation or being under any command. And she said, okay, that was it. She never told me to meet her anywhere, nothing. She just said, okay, I will ensure that your command know you're not comfortable. So I called CID before I came on the base. They said there's no missing person report out on me, nothing like that. But when I came through the base, they stopped me. It is 4 police cops out here, and it's the whole gate patrol, and like maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 7 or 8 other officers out here. So right now they're calling the unit, which is I'm sorry, I thought I was good. So they're calling the unit, which is no longer the unit in which I'm supposed to be attached to, given everything. And
They said you found out where every time you transmitted that.
Now they are arresting me. Can I leave from his phone? Hey, Isaiah, can you get this phone? This is his phone. You can have this phone? Okay. Now they are arresting me.
So you can do. We're gonna take her over there, and you can just film her as she walks over there. Hey, sorry. So we're gonna. Sorry. Hey, sorry. Sorry, stop. We're gonna take you to that car, right? You can film me from here while you're walking to the car. Okay? Is that good? You'll still get all on camera.
He said I gotta stay in the car?
Don't make it any worse.
But, like, how would I make it worse? I'm not.
You just gotta stay in the vehicle. You just gotta follow the instruction of what's going on.
I mean, I got you.
Watch this, right? You can flip it around. You can face it behind you like this. Just stick your arm out. You can film the whole process of it going into the car.
Like this or like?
Yeah, so you can hold it like that, right? And then once she starts walking over there, you can flip it around and film the entire process of it going into the car. And you can just hold the camera on the car the entire time, all right? Yes, I got you.
Why is he trying to instruct him how to record? Everybody knows how to record on their phone. They're so suspicious. All of them are trying to cover up harassing this man, saying, don't make it any worse than it already is. If you have nothing to hide, why are you over here trying to narrate how he records? Even a kid knows how to record. They're so suspicious. And it's like disgusting. That's why multiple people keep going missing at this place, because they just continue to be permitted to do these cover-ups. Oh, did you guys hear that though? He's like, don't make it any worse than it already is. And this was recorded, just for you guys to know before we go on, this is a long video. This was recorded just a day ago. So this was likely yesterday that she recorded this. That's how close in time this video was recorded. So this has been, the other videos I was showing you was like 5 days ago, a week ago, but this is actually just a day ago.
All right, let's get her over to the car. Alright, now you can flip it around.
Can you continue recording? Like, don't let them. You can do it. You can do that. Y'all see this though?
They are harassing this woman. She's not even doing anything wrong. All the videos she's shown us. Wow.
So what do like I do as far as like our checks and like her license so I can like pull off from the gate?
You said what? Sorry.
I'm off. I said, what do I do as far as like getting our checks so I can like pull out the lane?
She's. So you want your cat back? So
Yeah.
once they're done running all their stuff, we'll just give it to you back, and then
But hers too?
you're on your way. So we're gonna keep hers because her chain of command is gonna come and pick her up. So then once the chain of command comes, we're gonna sign a form saying like, hey, here's all of her stuff, and now she's in your care.
Okay.
So if you want to, you can just film until we give your stuff back, and just keep filming right there if you want to. It's up to you.
That's it. What in the fuck? I'm gonna let y'all know we stopped at the gate for like 35 minutes. They had our tax and shit in this little cubicle, and they haven't told us anything. They haven't told Drew anything. Fucking, they just told me I can't get out the car, so I had to film everything like this. But she didn't do anything wrong. Literally just coming through the gate, and they flagged. Well, her fucking cat car was flagged for whatever reason. Yeah.
Is this your car or is this her car?
Oh no, this is her car.
This is her car?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, I was just making sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Excuse me, one question. Do you know like why she's like getting detained?
Huh?
Do you know why she's getting detained?
So she had a bolo up for her, and it said give her back to her chain of command.
Okay.
So I don't know what they want to do with her, but once
Okay.
they get here, we're gonna release.
You notice how he asked why is she being arrested? He didn't have a reason. He just danced around it like a particular, like you know, politicians do when they get a direct answer. Oh, well, her command said to bring her back to her. They didn't give us any legitimate reason why she's arrested. You try to give that man a watered down. Oh, well, her command said to bring her back over. Like for real, he didn't give us any answer. He didn't answer the man's question. Why was she arrested?
Her, go get your chain of command, and then
Okay.
Elkins.
Oh, it was. So she's. Oh, this nigga, I walked away. Alright, what? So she just being like detained. She's not getting arrested, right?
Yeah, she's not arrested. She's just detained.
Okay. But like there was no like bolo or nothing like that. Like when she spoke to CID and shit.
Okay, so that's maybe CID told her that, but that's why we're out here right now because it's a bolo.
Okay.
So she's not arrested or anything. She's just detained until we figure out the bolo.
Okay, so they're like a bolo. He danced around that. Oh, she's detained. But why is she detained, sir? You still have not answered the question. You just harassing this woman. You can't even come up with a legitimate reason why she's detained. He's all, oh, we're just detaining her to figure out what's going on. No, everybody can see what you're doing. I mean, everybody who's watching this and all the videos that she's done can see exactly why you're retaliating against. You're harassing this woman on the camera. Like, it's very obvious. Oh, and you're right, Antonio. There has been some allegations of prostitution going on. Yeah, definitely. I've heard that rumor too, allegedly. And they're using these female soldiers to do that. A lot of the minority female soldiers are, you know, being harassed, sexually harassed, and trying to get them involved in that. And this, I'm proud of Jules because she's like, I'm gonna make sure I document everything. And this is gonna probably be the very reason that her life is gonna be saved because of this, thank God. Because she probably would have ended up being another tragic story, like she was saying, if she didn't speak out. But just look at this, just listen, try to listen to what he's saying. You can tell he has not given us an actual reason why she's detained. He just keeps dancing around the answer.
Okay. What the fuck? Hey, somebody make sure they screen record and all this shit. So they can DM it to her. I'm gonna save it on her profile so y'all can screen record that too. I'm not gonna leave until she gets out of this car and she talks to me and let me know she's good, or fucking some person from her unit goes into detail about why the fuck she got a bolo when she didn't have one. Like no written fucking no documentation that she, you know what I'm saying, like she was missing or anything like that, but it's crazy. So she's not arrested. She's quote unquote being detained until a representative from her unit arrives. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. For what reason though? She's not even doing anything. I'm gonna have to forward some of this. You guys can watch some of this if you go to her Instagram.
There. I can't really tell a fucking plate because I'm fucking blind, but these motherfuckers got their name patches covered up and shit. But
Did you guys hear that? So they don't want, they know they doing something wrong. They over there covering their badges and their names and stuff. They don't want it on the camera because they know what's up. They don't want their information to be disclosed. Shady. Consciousness of guilt. Actions right there.
she's in this fucking MP4 right there. Yeah, they said she was bolo, but it's crazy. We at the TJ Mills main gate. I believe it's just her. It was two MPs escorting her, and that chick that's standing right there, she was driving the car. So she was driving, now she's outside the car. They told her to wait. They told the MP to wait by the car. I'm not sure what the bolo was about. I'm pretty sure she doesn't know either. She has no fucking idea what the bolo was about. She's not able. She spoke with her people. Her people said there is no report of her being like missing or anything. So all this is like this fresh and like unknown. Like we don't know what the fuck all this about.
He's doing a lot of cussing, so I'm gonna try to.
I think another. Do you have an ETA for her unit? Like a unit? You have an ETA for like a unit representative?
I do not right now. I actually just had something.
Okay.
If I have anything, I'll just know, right?
I appreciate it. What the fuck? Oh, she's not arrested. She's just detained until a unit representative, basically someone from her chain of command, can arrive. That's the dude that told me not to get out the car and ask.
Looks like his connection went out. All right, so you guys get the point. This was just yesterday, guys, that she's still being harassed. Even 5 days later, she's still being harassed. She's shown evidence that she's checking in. You know, she's not AWOL. She actually drove up to the, location to check in, and they're still like detaining and harassing her. And it's crazy. I'm glad that she's recording and documenting all this, but that was just yesterday. Let's see what this is about. This is again yesterday, or we'll wonder if this is from today. Yeah, 1 day ago. This is another long one. I probably won't play this whole thing, but this is basically another video of the base. I'm gonna see if there's anything, or see if she actually gets released. I just want to see if she actually gets released yesterday, or she's still in custody. It doesn't look like it. Let me see what he says.
Her fucking chain of command just left. Her unit rep just left. Damn, why the fuck keep doing that? That's the white truck that just left that pulled up.
So her chain of command just left, but we don't see her still.
It's a unit rep, and all those MPs was just talking to him, so I'm gonna ask what's going on. It's 4 of them. Excuse me, boss. Question. Oh, too easy. Just that 1 second. She went inside to use the restroom. She was escorted by a female MP. Alright, so
Could you please turn off your camera? If you do not believe me, there's cameras everywhere.
I understand. So
There's cameras everywhere.
when will I be able to like pull out from this ACP?
So right now, whenever we get the situation totally under control,
Okay.
our watch commander's coming out.
Okay.
Right now he's coming out. Okay.
Okay.
Once
Man,
we have the entire situation under control, you guys will be good to go.
too easy. So I just got. So I asked the gentleman like, I asked the MP to speak with her unit command. It was like, why does she have a bolo out and everything? I just want to know why.
Why they have a bolo out? So
Yeah,
I guess
and is she getting released too?
What's that?
Is she getting released because her unit rep disappeared?
So the unit rep is no longer here.
Okay.
She is right now going to the restroom because she said she needed to use the restroom.
She did.
Okay. So that's why she was escorted in there.
Yes,
So
sir.
she's going to use the restroom. When she's done using the restroom, she's going to come back out to the car. Okay. And sit down in the back of the car. All right.
This car?
No. That car over there.
Okay.
And then when everything is done, then you guys are good to go. But we need you to stop recording. Please.
Wow.
Stop recording.
Why?
All right, that's not. Can I like just? It's all.
Why he got to stop recording? Why are they trying to hide anything? And one of the people said this is not an illegal detainment. Well, what's the reason for the detainment? We've watched a long video of this and they have no justification, period. They're harassing her. There's a pattern of harassing. She has documentation of them constantly harassing her, banging on her door all hours of the night, not trying to address her concerns when she messages her command. And he asks her if she's okay. She says no. He just says, okay, cool. Like they're just disregarding her and harassing her, constantly arresting her right after she went viral about her concerns of her safety. So there's a pattern of them harassing this woman. And good luck proving she got it all documented. And we have an actual soldier saying he didn't even have a direct reason for why he was detaining her. He was just like, oh yeah, there's first there was no bolo, then all of a sudden he's like, oh yeah, there's a bolo, and we're just waiting for her command. And then her command ends up leaving, and now they're waiting for her to leave the restroom, I guess. But what was all that for? What was all that for? She was checking in. She wasn't AWOL. She was actually reporting in. She's driving into the location, not fleeing. So that's what I'm saying. Like, what is the justification for this?
On camera, like I'm not doing anything wrong.
There are cameras all over this ACP.
Yeah, I mean I get that. So I'm saying like, can I get out the car though? Like y'all are watching me too. So
Sir, so the reason why we have you in the car right now, okay, is to control the entire situation that's going on. All right,
I'm controlled. I haven't been talking back.
I understand you have not been combative or anything like that, okay? But the thing is, there's cars coming up and down here, right? Everyone's looking over here. So that means people aren't paying attention to the road.
I
Okay,
understand.
I don't want
Honestly,
you to accidentally get hit by somebody that is, not looking at the road.
and I appreciate that.
And
wholeheartedly, but this car is stopped.
Safety.
This car is stopped. So
Whose car stopped?
this car right that I'm in is parked.
I understand that.
So how would it cause an accident?
Because you said that you want to step out of the car.
Yeah,
and
just
walk
step.
around, right?
No, I just said I didn't say walk around. You said this is the ACP. At the end of this curve, the ACP like where those
If you really want to know the actual technical definition of where this ACP stops, you see that yellow sign down there that says grab barrier and those flashing lights? That's where the ACP stops.
Okay.
Okay?
Too easy.
So, could you please turn off the camera for physical security purposes? Can you please turn off the camera? Physical security is filming this
Step out of the
ACP.
car, sir.
Huh?
Step out of the car.
Step out of the car?
Meet me at the back of the vehicle so we can talk.
Okay. The key is right. Oh shit.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
meet me at the back of the vehicle. You just gotta reach for the other stuff. That makes me nervous. I don't know what you're doing.
I told you I was getting the key. We at the gate. Like, yeah, they already searched the car.
Are you currently?
Oh, now he's talking about the soldier talking about, oh, I'm nervous. You're making me nervous. They trying to set up a whole little fake excuse for why they, take this man's life. Talking about, oh, I was nervous. I feared for my life. Thank goodness, of course, he probably made it out, I'm assuming, but he already trying to set up some fake excuse. Oh, you're making me nervous the way you're moving.
Recording.
I am.
Okay.
That's been
Stop
recording this
recording.
entire time.
Okay. You're not allowed to record sensitive activities on board who. This being.
Why not? What are you trying to hide, sir? He is really, the conscious sense of guilt. You're not allowed to record. You guys are harassing this woman, and she has a right to have it documented because you're going to lie. You're going to claim up and down it's her fault and go on this smear campaign like you're doing and constantly detaining her for no apparent reason just because she spoke out and blew the whistle on y'all. And now you want to try to pretend as though, oh, we don't want you to record. Now they're going to intimidate this guy to turn off the camera. He's about to turn it off.
One of them, an access control point to a military installation. Okay. So that's not allowed.
And it's interesting, if you guys heard the beginning of this video, if you were here in the video, the beginning, the first soldier already told him he could record. He just gave him he was giving him all those instructions on how to record, which I don't understand why this man needed instructions. Any person knows how to record on their phone, but that first soldier said he could record. Now we're hearing this contradicting information from another soldier telling him to turn it off. That's what I'm saying. This sounds sketchy. Why are we hearing two different instructions from two different soldiers? Clearly, there is no prohibition from recording. This sketchy soldier just doesn't want this information recorded. That's what this is all about. Because, like I said, the first soldier said he could. He just gave him all these annoying instructions.
Can I pull out of the ACP?
No, not right now.
Okay, so I can't record under the ACP.
Correct.
But like, no, I was recording this entire time, so.
Have you shut that off?
Not yet.
Okay, I'm telling you to shut off now. If you don't, then you may be apprehended for failing to obey an order. Okay?
Oh, wow. Now he's threatening to arrest him now.
I get that. I don't want no disrespect at all.
Are you
but
turning it off?
I was recording, like, when we first pulled in.
So,
Like,
are you turning it?
Right, Amazing Tribe. Exactly. They always go on these smear campaigns. Exactly. Against black people, the black community. Definitely black professionals. And, now we're seeing it in the military.
How come the rights wasn't right? This gentleman right here?
This is
like, y'all were
this
just
is
saying.
not the debate right now.
Alright.
I'm asking you to turn that off. Are you going to turn it off or not?
I'm just saying, like, how come I wasn't told that by the gentleman who.
You came here? Alright. So, currently you're being detained or for failing to obey an order. Alright?
Wow, now he detains him. And he's trying to explain the other soldier, it's all recorded. So this guy over here trying to make it look like this man is failing to obey command, he has been instructed that he can record from the very beginning in the first video. So, wow.
Can you turn off your live and please read your phone off out?
Set your phone down.
Is it turned off? No, it's not turned off. You can turn it off.
Okay.
So the way to get him to stop recording, they arrest him. This is just sick. Just sick. It just makes me angry inside, like a godly anger. Just like, ugh. When is this going to end, you guys? When? So she has a GoFundMe, you guys. If you guys have any, financials, I know people may not have financials, but if you do, or if you can get the word out to help support, help support her, GoFundMe. And this will help her with any legal fees, her transitioning, because she's going to be removed from the military unlawfully, in my opinion, for alleged misconduct, whatever that is. I don't believe it is. We've seen so many recordings of showing her actually complying and checking in and being, compliant. But the fact that she spoke out, we all know why. It's being displayed for us. But she needs she needs to be able to transition, and she needs legal representation fees. One of the things is she's going to be kicked out of the military. And so she won't have any job or place to go. She's actually far away from her hometown. Texas is not her hometown. So she has absolutely no close of kin there, family, friends, no one there. So she's gonna have to figure out how to get back home. You know, the whole transition, legal fees, all that sad situation. So if you guys know anyone, or if you guys have any extra financials to provide and help her, that would be a blessing in this video. Just be in prayer for this woman, that she, you know, makes it out safely and that she transitions smoothly. But she's going to have to pursue legal means to basically restore her reputation. Like I said, that charge as it relates to false information on a legal document is a crime of moral turpitude. So that could have a significant damper on her future aspirations. So she needs to, you know, she's got to fight this, you know. So she says, my name is Jewel Scott. I am a sergeant in the U.S. Army stationed at Fort Hood. While stationed here, I have witnessed many awful things. I am a victim of their constant harassment and negligence to safety. And like someone said in the chat, there are allegations that these type of Fort Hood has had some suspicion of prostitution, and you know they're exploiting these female soldiers. There's an allegation, not sure if it's true, but that's been rumors going around. And you know they probably tried to have her get a part of this, and you know she wasn't for that. For months, I have tried to bring awareness to these things in which Fort Hood continues to cover up and neglect. And we did see some of her text messages to her command, and she did try to tell them, you know, she wasn't okay, and they just disregarded it. She said once they were made aware that I have been working with news stations, I quickly became a target and someone they needed to hush. In their efforts to do so, on May 19th, they informed me that I will be discharged from the military in 10 days. I now have 9 days to transition to the civilian sector without the proper allotted time to establish stability and without any benefits. Please help me reach my financial goal to make this devastating transition a little smoother. Thank you so much. So far, she has raised $5,621, but she's going to need a lot more money for a civil litigation type, or is this military litigation? But she's going to need a lot. She's going to have to pay for her legal fees. That's going to be a lot in of itself. And then trying to find housing and all that. So if you guys can donate, that would be a blessing, or get the word out, share the information to as many outlets as you can. We know this is a smear campaign. Anybody with any form of common sense can see what's going on and what's transpiring. I'm really proud of this young lady for being brave and bold and speaking out. And because of her actions, I believe that's what's going to save her life. I really do. And it's sad that she had to go this far, to this extreme, undergo all this emotional distress to get her word out. And I hope that political figures and other people see this and they actually do something about it to just get Fort Hood needs to be shut down. There's been too many years and years and years of people going missing, and then they cover it up by claiming all these people go AWOL. And you can see this transpiring in her situation. You've seen the different flyers of them saying, oh, she went AWOL. You've seen her be arrested for allegedly going AWOL, but then she's showing conflicting evidence showing that she's reporting in to her command. So they're trying to now create this narrator for her, but in contrast to the other very tragic stories that we've seen, people who didn't speak out, those people went missing indefinitely, meaning their lives were taken from them because they didn't want to comply with the sick stuff that goes on at this particular location. I hope a lot more people speak out against Fort Hood, and I hope the advocacy becomes so loud that Fort Hood eventually gets shut down and they open an actual internal investigation into Fort Hood and disclose all of the sick stuff that goes on there, because there's a lot that goes on there. So let's just finish this article and we will be done, guys. There is some responses from people in the community that I wanted to share with you. But you guys heard essentially what she said before, but she was saying something is telling me that my days are limited. That was her statements. She said, this isn't me coming on here telling y'all that I'll be dead the next day, but I know those people that do end up dead wish they would have put something out. In her next few videos, Scott seems to be stopped by police, as you guys have seen in those videos. And she said, at this point, I feel like these people may be trying to kill me, Scott said. They are literally harassing me. They are at my door again, and it is 3 a.m. in the morning, man. She didn't get any sleep. Imagine the fear at night. The Corpse Hood must have seen the social media posts and posted this statement on their Facebook saying, that statement. I don't want to read it again. You guys know we already read it. On May 22nd, Scott denied those claims that she was safe and posted an Instagram post that says, "This is a lie. I am not in the care of my leadership." We already went over that. Social media users have also come to Scott's defense. So let's talk about some of the social media influencers that are trying to step up to help her. Glory be to God says, "It's a shame that Black women and girls have to go to these lengths to ensure that they are not killed or end up added to the 70,000 of Black girls and women missing because the U.S. and media don't value our lives. Protect Jill Scott." But they need to do more than just speak out. Need to start, making some action towards, change. LA Jack says, "The Jill Scott situation is sad. The Army should do a better job. CID, Sharp, and IG need to look into that whole installation. Toxic leadership is a reputation at Fort Hood, Texas, and it's getting worse day by day." And that's because no one's really doing anything about it. They just sweep it under the rug and let it keep going. When are they going to do something? Like, we hear too many of these stories. This individual says, I'm not even going to try to say her name, so I just said this individual. "This girl had a rope around her neck, among many other things. I am disgusted. I know firsthand how the mind works when you're fighting a large system. I know this is very terrifying. It's just to imagine fighting the U.S. Army. That is very, very terrifying. I mean, the fear of your life being taken, basically, when you speak out against the U.S. Army. I'm just saying, allegedly, just saying. I pray she doesn't let those who are trying to diminish her get the best of her." Jill Scott. In 2020, 20-year-old specialist, and we know about this one, Vanessa Gillen was allegedly killed by another soldier at Fort Hood. Her suspected killer, specialist Aaron Robinson, reportedly dismembered her body and buried the remains. Robertson shot himself to death as authorities prepared to arrest him. Gillian had reported sexual harassment, but leadership did nothing. Exactly. So this woman, Jewel, had to take it an extra step higher than just reporting it, because you've seen she tried to report it, as she mentioned in her writings. Jewel stated that, and they did nothing. So she had to do this final, outcry on social media and the news outlets to get her voice heard, because you've seen what happened to Vanessa when she tried to report it. And they're trying to cover it up with this whole little fake statement talking about, "Oh, we care about our soldiers." Where is it at? Their little fake. What's that little fake statement? Oh, here. "We are aware of the allegations and concerns raised by Sergeant Jill Scott. We take all allegations and misconduct seriously." Yeah, right. What happened? Look what happened to Vanessa. Y'all don't take stuff seriously. Just like you try to sweep that under the rug, and she ended up, her life is gone now. Scott is safe and in the care of her leadership. This is just a lie, complete lie, in my opinion. All right, guys, so that's the story. Please keep this beautiful young woman in your prayers. We're holding on to faith that she will make it out safely and alive. She has a few more days left in the military. It's very sad she had to lose her dream career. The lesson to learn, guys, I'm very patriotic and I love my country, but I'm just going to say it real. As a Black woman or minority, you should not be going to the military or the Army right now. It is not safe. It's not safe for us. We've seen what happened to Vanessa. She's a minority. We're seeing what happened to this beautiful woman. There's many stories of Black women being their lives taken at Fort Hood, and nothing's being done about it. So we're clearly not safe there. And so until something actually is done to actually address the dangers for Black women in the military or Army, so forth, I just think us as Black women should not be joining the military and the Army just until it's safe. It's just not safe. All right, guys, let me know what you guys think. Take care.